Happy Pride Month and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about all of the LGBTQ plus icons from the 1940s. Billy Haynes, the American actor, was born on the 2nd of January 1900 and he rose to fame as one of Hollywood's biggest box office earners in the silent era. When studios demanded that he entered a lavender marriage to hide his homosexuality, he refused. He then quit acting and became one of the most successful interior decorators for the famous people of Hollywood. Billy Haynes was actually with his partner Jimmy Shields from 1926 until Billy's death in 1973. Their relationship, which lasted over 50 years, has been claimed by historians to be one of the first openly gay relationships in Hollywood. Robert Duncan was an American poet born on the 7th of January 1919. He became one of the first prominent public figures in the 1940s to profess to his homosexuality when he wrote an essay called The Homosexual in Society in 1944. This talked about how gay men were an oppressed minority. In 1941, at the age of 22, he was drafted into the American Army. However, when he declared his homosexuality, he was discharged. In 1943, he entered a short and disastrous straight marriage. And then in 1944, in the year of his essay coming out, he entered a gay relationship with the abstract painter Robert De Niro Sr., the father of the famed actor Robert De Niro. English computer scientist, cryptanalyst, philosopher, logicist, mathematician, Alan Turing was born on the 23rd of June 1912. Alan Turing helped break the Enigma code at Bletchley Park. His efforts essentially helped end the war a lot quicker. However, unfortunately, in 1952, Alan was prosecuted for homosexual acts. Instead of a prison sentence, Alan agreed to chemical castration. This led to a few years of depression before Alan took his life by cyanide poisoning on the 7th of June 1954, just 2 weeks before his 42nd birthday. I, for one, will never forgive the prosecutors nor the British government for allowing a complete war hero, someone that really saved World War II for the Allies, to have gone through that much pain just due to his sexuality. Bayard Rustin was an American political activist and leader in social movements, born on the 17th of March 1912. In the 40s, he called for the March on Washington and became the Race Relations Secretary for the Fellowship of Reconciliation in the summer of 1941. The March on Washington was meant to be a 1941 protest against the racial segregation of Black American troops in the US Armed Forces, which I think is very correct considering these men were literally laying down their lives for the country that was treating them as second-class citizens. Rustin was also openly gay, which was another cause that he often protested for. In 1944, whilst imprisoned in North Carolina, Rustin displayed non-violent tactics where he allowed himself to be beaten by a white inmate until eventually the white inmate gave up. Unfortunately, Rustin was often arrested for his protests, but he always maintained his non-violent ways. Eventually, in 1948, Harry Truman desegregated the American Armed Forces by executive order. Greta Garbo was a Swedish actress born on the 18th of September 1905. She had her breakout in the 1920s and went on to star in many films. One of her big 1940s films was the 1941 hit The Two-Faced Woman. Greta had a lesbian relationship with the earlier mentioned Mercedes D'Acosta. While Greta fiercely guarded her private life, historians speculate that she was bisexual. She was said to have had a relationship with Louise Brooks as well, a silent film star, and a lifelong relationship with Marlene Dietrich, as well as other famous female lovers and male lovers. Fried, born Suzanne Jean Boulay, if I'm pronouncing that correct, my French isn't very good. She was born on the 8th of November 1914, was a well-known cabaret manager, and French host in Paris. She was openly lesbian and was the first to allow women to dance together in the cabaret. She is well known for her relationships with actresses Marlene Dietrich, Zina Rachevsky, Lana Marconi, and Maria Felix. Maria Felix was a Mexican actress and singer, born on the 8th of April 1914. She had had a lesbian relationship with Fried, the French hostess and cabaret manager. They actually lived together in Paris at the George V Hotel, and they had a famously volatile breakup in 1954. However, Maria was actually publicly straight. The final one on my list was Roger Edens. Roger Edens was an American composer, musical arranger, and associate producer for Hollywood. He was born on the 9th of November 1905, and he is considered one of the major creatives in the MGM Productions unit during the golden era of Hollywood. The MGM unit made dozens of absolutely incredibly successful films in the 1940s, such as Meet Me in St. Louis, which was 1944, Easter Parade in 1948, and On the Town in 1949. He had married a woman named Martha LaParelle, but they spent much time apart and eventually divorced. Being a gay man, he obviously kept his private life under wraps, especially when it could be a career-ending blow in the golden age of Hollywood. He later had a long-term relationship with screenwriter and playwright Leonard Gersher. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, as it means the most to me.